हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू इनसाइट एजुकेशन। हम जेडब्ल्यू और नीट में 2010 से 20 तक के जो एग्जाम्पल्स है का वीडियो सॉल्यूशन हम प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं। तो आज हम लेके आए हैं लॉज ऑफ मोशन के जेडब्ल्यू 2020 में जो टिपिकल एग्जाम्पल्स इंटीग्रेशन बेस्ड जो एग्जाम्पल है जो पूछे गए हैं उसका सॉल्यूशन हम लेके आए हैं। आई होप all of you will enjoy it. Okay, so let us start the first example. So particle moving in xy plane experience a velocity depends force F is equal to k Vyi plus k Vxj. It means force depends on velocity. Again, force is two-dimensional. Okay, you can see component Vy is attached with I and Vx that is with J, where Vx and Vy are x component and y component of its velocity V. So again, velocity is two-dimensional. If A is the acceleration of particle, then which of the following statement is true for the particle? So here force is two-dimensional, velocity is two-dimensional, so naturally acceleration also should be two-dimensional. So I can write A is equal to AXI plus AYJ. Okay. So now which statement is true? So quantity V cross A is constant in time. F arises due to magnetic field. Kinetic energy of the particle is constant. So kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. So m constant. Velocity is constant? No. Velocity x and y variable. So that is not correct. Quantity V dot A. So if acceleration ax, vx, ay, so we can't say anything. It means C and D both are not possible. So now possibilities are V cross A. So if I want to calculate V cross A, then I can write I, J and K for V. So velocity in x direction, so I can write Vxi, Vy, sorry, no need to write I, and here I can write 0. Okay, for acceleration, I can write acceleration Ax, Ay and 0. Okay, so from this I can calculate V cross A. So if V cross A is constant, then I can say answer A is correct. So now here velocity Vx, so yes, Vx and Vy both are known. So unknown is Ax and Ay. So our target is calculate or find out Ax and Ay. So let us start. We want to find out. So now F is equal to K Vyi plus Vxj. Okay, so now force is given. So from the force, so force is equal to mass into acceleration. So acceleration is equal to F by m. So from this we can calculate acceleration. So directly I can write acceleration is equal to k by m Vyi minus plus Vxj. Okay, it means this first component, that is x component, second component is y component. So I can write Ax is equal to k by m Vy. I can write and Ay acceleration in y. So again k by m Vx, okay, and J. So now you know Ax and Ay. Okay, so now insert here. So V cross A is equal to, I can change the color. So first I, J and K. So first I, then Vx, Vy and Z component, that is 0. X component, so I can k by m, if I can take constant, so k by m, that is constant, you can take it out. So I can write here Vy, second Vx and 0. Okay, so if I will simplify it, so k 0 0, so k into So k by m as it is, k by m as it is Vx square minus Vy square. So you can say V cross A is equal to k by m Vx square minus Vy square. So now k is constant, m is constant, but Vx square minus Vy square, so that is constant. So at present we can't say anything. Okay. So now calculate Vx square minus Vy square. So we can calculate it from acceleration. What is acceleration? Okay. So acceleration is, I can write here, acceleration is dx by dt, sorry, dv by dt is equal to k by m. dv by dt is equal to k by m. So yeah, here for acceleration x I can write vx, k by m, here it is vy. Okay, so acceleration, if we take the ratio, okay, then here ax by ay, so that is k by m vx. Okay, so directly we can consider it as a, so here it is v, so dv by dt is k by m vy. Okay, similarly for y component also we can calculate. So for y component you can write dy by dt is equal to k by m vx. Okay, so dvx by dt k by m vy, dvy by dt is equal to k by m vx. Now if I want to simplify it, okay, so now suppose I will rub some portion. So typical example, okay, you can say this example is typical example. If I take the ratio Vx by Vy, okay, so if I will take the ratio Vx upon Vy, so Vx upon Vy, so Vx upon Vy, dt cancel, k by m cancel, so here it is again, so dvx by dvy, dvx by dvy is equal to vy by vx. Okay, so here I can write, so vx dvx is equal to vy dv. Okay, so now if I will integrate both the side, then here I will get integration of x square by 2. So I will get vx square is equal to, here I will get vy square plus constant of integration. So I can say vx square minus vy square is equal to c. So vx square minus vy square, I can replace this by c. Okay, it means now v cross a is equal to constant. V cross a is equal to constant. So answer A is, so it's a typical example. Okay, so here we are using integration. So first our aim is v cross a. So first find out v cross a. So that is vx square. Okay, so from force find out acceleration. From the acceleration, now our aim is we want to find out vx square minus vy square. So that constant we can determine using integration. So it's not simple. Okay, it's higher level example. So let us see another example. A spaceship in a space sweeps stationary interplanetary dust. As a result, its mass increases at the rate of dm by dt is equal to dv square t. It means vt is the instantaneous velocity. It means velocity is function of time, and mass is also variable. Mass is also function of time. The instantaneous acceleration of satellite. So instantaneous acceleration, how can we find out instantaneous acceleration? So acceleration, if you want to find out, then force is equal to mass into acceleration. So if force depends on time, then acceleration also depends upon time. That depends on situation. So instead of this rule, we can write, suppose force if is equal to dp by dt, so that is equal to dmv by dt. So here velocity is constant, not the mass. So v dm by dt. Okay. So instantaneous acceleration. So from this acceleration also you can calculate. Okay. So now force is equal to v dm by dt and divide it by mass. So you will get acceleration. So our first target is find out force. Okay. So m dm by dt. So now here force is equal to v dm by dt and dm by dt is given. So I can write force is equal to v dm by dt. So dm by dt is v square is function of time. But in case of space shift, force is thrust force. So for thrust force, you can write negative because force is in downward direction and motion is in upward direction. Okay, so force force is in downward direction and movement is in upward direction. So I can write minus v cube is function of time. Okay. Now if I want to find the acceleration, so acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. So acceleration is equal to force. So v cube divided by t upon mass. So mass, that is I can write mt. So mass I can write mt. So you can see v cube function of time upon mt. Clear? So again, simple example, but at that time it's a conceptual example. Okay, so the concept should be clear. Next example, a small ball of mass m is thrown upward with velocity u from ground. Ball is thrown upward with velocity u. Okay, the ball experiences a resistive force mkv square. So suppose ball is in the air. So now in this situation, okay, so resistive force that is always in downward direction and this resistive force that is mkv square. And again gravitational force that is gravitational acceleration or gravitational force that is mg again in downward direction and motion is in upward direction where v is its speed. It means force, resistive force depends upon velocity. So with increase in height, velocity decreases. It means force is also variable. The maximum height attained by the ball. So find out maximum height attained by the ball. Okay. So now in this example, so if you want to find maximum height, okay, so then now first about the forces or acceleration. So as overall acceleration, so gravitational force is in downward direction and this resistive force also in downward direction. So for acceleration I can write acceleration, so that is in down, motion is in upward direction, acceleration is in downward direction, so I can write minus, so mg, so that is force, so acceleration is g and both are acting in same direction, so I can write g k v square, g k v square. Okay, so if I want to find the height, okay, so I can calculate the height. Acceleration is, so acceleration is equal to dv by dt. Acceleration is equal to dv by dt. Acceleration is function of velocity, and if I want to find the height, then introduce height in this. So I can write dv by dh into dh by dt. dv by dh into dh by dt. dh by dt is velocity. So velocity into dv by dh. Velocity into dv by dh. So now I can write minus, I can change the color, minus g plus kv square, that is acceleration. So acceleration is equal to v dv by dh. So now I can calculate the height. So for height, make height as a subject. So dh is equal to v dv upon g plus kv square. Okay, here it is minus. Okay, so now we can find height. Just integrate. Okay, initial height 0, final height h. Initial velocity, that is v u, and final velocity, so that is 0. So integrate it. So this is integration of the type. So integration of fx upon f dash x dx, and that is log of f. Okay, so this is the equation fx f dash x into dx. So our differentiation of g plus kv square. So difference is g constant, v square 2kv. Okay, so here for f dash I need 2kv. So multiply it by 2k. I can change the color. So multiply it by 2k. Multiply it by 2k and divide it by 2k. So I can write 1 upon 2k minus, okay, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ एफ एक्स एंड अपर साइड ये एफ एक्स है, ये उसका एफ डेस एक्स उसका डिफरेंशिएशन है, तो उसका इंटीग्रेशन क्या होता है, तो क्या दैट इज log ऑफ एफ एक्स log ऑफ जी प्लस ए वी स्क्वायर एंड इंटीग्रेशन इज फ्रॉम 0 to u to 0. Here I can write h, so minus 1 upon 2k log of, first log of g minus log of g plus kv square. Okay, so now minus, so multiply minus, so here it is minus and this one is plus. So I can write log of g plus kv square upon log of g. Okay, so just I will rub something. So I will write, okay, so here it is h is equal to 1 upon 2k log of m g plus kv square upon g. Okay, so 1 plus kv square by g. So here 1 upon 2k, 1 plus 1 upon k, 1 upon k log of 1 plus k u square by g. K u square by g. So here you can replace v by u. So k u square by g. D is the, okay, so now you can see nowadays, okay, so in JEE main also, okay, questions are somewhat typical questions are asking. So now you cannot take this exam as lightly. Okay, so if you want to solve similar type of example, okay, so you will find such type of video on our channel. So please subscribe our channel and recommend it to your friends. So thank you very much.